Hello, I'm Lola, and welcome back to this next part of Mass Effect Andromeda. So, last we left off, should we see in the journal, we were getting to know everyone. We'd just spoken to Addison, so we have to still speak to Kandros, Kesh, and Tann. I believe Kesh was the Krogan and Kandros was the Turian. So we'll find those and have a chat before we do the next priority mission. So let's get going. Yeah, like I say, we've talked to Addison.
Engineering update. We are working on access.
Guessing the rest is probably downstairs.
All non-relevant repair requests
Oh,
are currently
what was that?
power
Hang on a minute, what was that? I didn't do it then, it was just a little jump. Okay, so what's here? Okay, so that's the director. We don't want to do director yet. Best to speak with Kandros and explore the area a little bit first. So we're not going in here just yet.
engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now
Not the right button. I'm thinking, how do you get the journal up at the side again? I can't remember how to do it, but oh well. Let's use the information wall.
Hello, I'm Jan Garson, founder of the initiative. It's through your hard work that the vision of the Nexus has come to life. You and all your colleagues bind our proud new colonies together. Look around at your achievements. And if you have any questions...
Not so many
my door
achievements
is
at the
always
moment, because we
open.
are all stranded.
Founder Garson's office is located at workspace not allocated. Please select a topic.
Selection process, Nexus status, directory. Nexus status.
Integration from the Hyperion is ongoing. Personnel are still restricted to operations.
Employee data?
You are Employee Ryder, salary code 19B, active Pathfinder. Your supervisor is Director Tann. Based on current staffing needs, you will be eligible for paid vacation time in 587 days.
587.
Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on while you wait?
587, Jesus Christ.
For initiative strategy and Pathfinder coordination, please see Director Jaren Tann. For colonial affairs or outpost status, please see Director Foster
We have
Addison.
spoken to
For
Addison.
station maintenance, please contact Superintendent Nakmor Kesh. For militia operations or Apex deployment, please see Tyran Kandros.
And viability?
Viable planets capable of supporting life are key to our survival in Andromeda. The viability of a world is affected by several factors, including temperature, resources, threat levels, political stability, and so on. We have few viable planets currently within range. Resource levels are considered at risk.
That's not good, is it? Okay, and selection process.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our
I think I've been saying Helios.
Even at a distance, studying the light from stars can reveal much about their planet's composition and atmosphere. 7 worlds, nicknamed habitats, have the life-supporting environments and resources we need to start.
Yeah,
our
we
new
were on
lives
Habitat
in
7.
Andromeda.
Which didn't look too good, did it? So, yeah, this is all going tits up, isn't it? Let's have an explore around here. I think this is where we've just come from.
Hyperion coupling and
Yeah, I've just come down the other way, that's fine. Someone's in here. Kesh. Okay, so we've discovered Kesh's office. I wonder if we can sell anything here and, you know, do our equipment a little bit.
engineering update. We are
Data pad. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up, same shit, different day, nice. The Nexus is a 4-ring circus. Don't like how Tann operates, and his disdain for Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I think we need to get rid of Tann. Will I take over Tann? I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I can talk to Kandros about this and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated, or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Yeah. Me too. I'm already liking Kesh. I do love the Krogan.
All non-relevant repair
Let's have a
requests
chat.
are currently on hold until power.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing.
I've only
At
spoken
least
to
with the
Addison,
Hyperion
so...
hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Krogan whereabouts?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tann. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions.
Oh.
I can tell you this much.
Yeah, in the datapad, he doesn't
When
like
the mutiny
Krogan.
happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Number 8?
Why do you call Tann 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Yeah, so he wasn't first choice.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tann had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the
Well, that's
deal in the
great, isn't
first
it?
place. It was a mess.
I already disliked
but I don't
Tann.
blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
Yeah, why are you still here?
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
For what reason, though? To spy? To get resources? Or just to help? And where will the Krogan have gone? Because if I'm correct in assuming this is like a one-way trip, because we are, was it 600 years in the future? Have they just, like, settled on another habitat? But surely they've all been, not destroyed, but, you know, they're similar to Habitat 7? I'm not sure.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, was killed.
Okay, Jean Garson. I thought she'd
What
died.
happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tann might know more.
More about Nexus problems?
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I get that. The genophage?
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Yeah, because we
Right.
left during...
The genophage.
I cured it in Mass
A
Effect
little
3.
gift to our people from the Solarians
So
thousands of years
this
ago.
Krogan doesn't know it's
That
cured.
sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn.
Because this character's
Only
from
one
like
in 1,000 survive.
in between Mass Effect 2 and 3, yeah? Or in Mass Effect 2. So I haven't cured the genophage by 2, I'd cured it in 3, so it makes sense that Kesh and me don't know about it being cured by, I was gonna say Hawk then, by Shepard. Hawk? Wrong game.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians
You seem
were
quite a
forced to respond.
responsible
And
Krogan,
it's
I
not
like
fair
it.
to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm
True.
hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new
Yeah, that happened in a
beginnings.
different age, in a
And
different
people need
galaxy.
that more than most.
State of a cure.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all
Yeah.
the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Other questions? And your job?
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Okay, well, thanks for the chat.
Nothing more for now.
Good luck out there.
Cool, we've talked to Kesh. Oh, you see the journal's turned up now at the side.
Some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all.
Okay,
My
we...
crew's working on it. We've
I'm
moved
just
the
listening to
auto
this.
center to the top of our priority list. That's an entire sector showing green. Good job, you two.
Right, we did get a codex from Kesh, so... Were they on... not on the initiative. Is this an update on Jean Garson? Unfortunately, she would never live to see her dream realised. She died aboard the Nexus when it sustained severe damage from the Scourge upon first arriving in the Helios cluster. I can't remember if we knew she was dead or I've just assumed she was dead. I have to look back at the footage. No. Ket are those funny things we found on that planet. I am looking for... Well, I will read this. I wasn't looking for this. Oh yeah, we did read that. Accepted the role as Pathfinder. Okay, so it's on the... They're under the Nexus. Nakmor Kesh. Overseer of the Nexus's initial design and construction phase in the Milky Way, Nakmor Kesh is currently superintendent of the station. She has oversight of the Nexus proper, maintaining systems, integrating any returning arcs, and continuing construction efforts. She's also considered a senior figure in Clan Nakmor. Despite the departure of the majority of the Krogan from the Nexus, Kesh herself describes her role as Fixer-in-Chief. Now, my question is, because they've left, do they still have communication with Kesh? And she's, you know, sending information to them. Where have the Krogan gone? Interesting. Records from the Nexus uprising show Kesh played a key role in keeping the station operational during the crisis. Her strong management and knowledge of the station made her an irreplaceable member of the Nexus leadership, though minutes of official meetings suggest that she and director Jaron Tann are often at odds. Kesh's presence ensures that the Krogan still have a powerful voice on the Nexus. Well, that's good at least. And the leadership? As the base of operations for the Andromeda Initiative, the Nexus leadership was always intended to be split between the Initiative proper, station operations, and colonial administration. Jean Garson planned to retain an honorary role, electing the Isari matriarch Nuara as Initiative Director. Unfortunately, both Garson and matriarch Nuara are listed as deceased, along with many of Nuara's senior staff. The current director of the Initiative, Jaron Tann, was 8th in line of succession. Today, Director Tann remains officially in charge of Initiative operations and Pathfinder teams. Foster Addison retains her post as Director of Colonial Affairs, managing colonists and outpost development. The Nexus itself is administrated by Superintendent Nakmor Kesh, who also oversees construction efforts. In the wake of the Ket attacks, Tyran Kandros emerged as leader of the de facto volunteer militia that has taken over station security. Though technically a civilian, Kandros is counted among the Nexus leadership. Okay, that's the Turian.
I'll check it out myself as soon as I have a moment. Move on to the docks for now.
Okay.
Please be advised that
So we just need to find Kandros. I thought you were taking a picture then. Big area. Very big area. Do we have a place to sell? Arms merchant? Can we... No. I thought it was like an invisible door or something. Shop? Hello?
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
What's with these prices? Sure thing.
You got it. Shop till you drop. Here I come.
That's fine. Hey, wait. Please don't drop anything you bought from me, okay? Tann would have my head if anything
Little
happened to you on my
expression.
account.
Didn't actually mean it. Okay, so here's the shop. I have 206 credits. Oh, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Vendor items. I can't afford any of these. But can we sell like our junk to you? An X to sell all salvage. I've seen that down there. So we'll save up for this stuff. Obviously we can't afford it yet because we haven't been exploring at all. don't have any mods available, so you're not like a mod place. This was all available on the main screen. Don't sell any armor, so you're just weapons. Thought that meant in my chest then, no. Don't sell any minerals. So do all things just go on salvage? I'm hoping this is okay. I've just had a look quickly because I don't want to sell all my items. I assume it's just valuables, but that's a lot of credits. I don't remember picking up that much, so I'm gonna sell. Let's do it. I should have already saved, but okay. No, we're fine. I think we still have everything. Have to get used to selling items, you know? Please let me know if I'm selling the wrong things in terms of salvage, because... Ah, okay, this is salvage. So I didn't sell my tech materials. Okay, this is the category it's in. Got it. So I don't want to sell my minerals. Salvage is just valuables, I guess. So, okay. That's fine. Can I buy anything now? Could buy a Viper. But what weapon do I have currently? Assault rifles. Falcon. Get a sniper rifle. I don't really use snipers. Assault rifles. How do I view mine? 1 second. So... my damage... I have a pistol that is 34 damage. I have an assault rifle that is 30 damage, so it's pretty shit. Okay. $275. I can't mod anything because I need to like go to a station. So it would be good to get that assault rifle. Assault rifles. Yeah, that's miles better. Should we confirm trade? Show details. Lighter and more accurate than most grenade launchers, the Andromeda Initiative's M37 Falcon generates its ammunition through a field fabrication kit. The launcher and explosives contain sensors that allow the miniature grenades to bounce off walls and cover, then detonate immediately on contact with target. Should we confirm trade? Yeah, let's do that. And then I think we can... bit expensive, but... yeah, so... rate of fire is way more rare, but it's a rare. Oh, it's got little ammo. I should have really checked this a bit more, but we can always switch back, can't we? How do we equip? So it just does miles more damage, basically. How do we equip? I'm guessing I can't equip because I'm inside. I guess I have to equip on the go. We'll see. I don't need it for now. Might have been a bad purchase on my behalf. Operations, okay. Security footage. Damage control. From Tyran Kandros, from Tann, Director of Andromeda Initiative. Kandros, as you're aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a factor, but the leaders, including your predecessor, former Security Director Sloane Kelly, it was a conscious betrayal. There have been perfunctory attempts to catalogue and address the damages caused by Sloane's people during the uprising. Supplies stolen, equipment broken, things of that nature, but I was hoping the militia could step in and draw up on an official report. It's imperative we know that we are working, what we are working with if we are going to survive. Director Tann. To Tann, Director of the Andromeda Initiative. From Kandros, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nell to look at it. That said, it was my understanding that exiles were more Calix's people than Sloane's. Isn't he the one that started the mutiny? Kandros. Calix Curvanis is just a continued conversation. May have started it, but Sloane made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Sloane Kelly's not who I thought she was. That won't be a problem, Kandros. Good. Then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Sloane and the exiles might have gone. When we do get colonial efforts up and running, I don't want any surprises. Trails Cold found what looks like to be abandoned camps in the Pfeiffer system, but none with living inhabitants, only graveyards. Conspirator Irida was among the dead, but not Sloane Kelly. Okay, we'll remember that name. Yeah, Sloane Kelly's definitely one to remember.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Take a Hornet. Okay, so salvage is sell at the merchant for credits. Fair enough. So whereabouts are we now? So we've just done the merchants. Something else there. We have Kandros, and then we have the director in that room, so we'll finish this area off.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store
Professor Herrick.
porous tissue like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable.
You just float.
Engineering update.
Should talk to Herrick.
Accessing more power from the Hyperion.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will
Herrick.
work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
Can I join in? Colleagues and I will work with you and Sam to collect, gather, solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries. I quite like a mystery. Can I join in?
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
True. We've not spoken to Adriana.
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what
Okay.
might have happened to them.
Have hope. Stay focused, have hope. I'm very hopeful at the start of this.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Okay, find missing... Oh, it's Y to track. Okay, I'm not tracking this one. Additional tasks. So get to know the Nexus. And then Dr. Adriana Aridana sent out a team to study the Scourge. They haven't reported in. She fears the worst and asks you to find out what happened to them. Find the missing science vessel. We will do that.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Anything else to say?
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
Sounds interesting.
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Sure. Access the terminal. I'll just speak with the chief.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Please await further instructions.
Try and stop me.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Okay, even more tasks. This is the console. Since we are by definition an invasive species in Andromeda, our inevitable footprint must be laid carefully and we must preserve anything we replace. The Helios cluster presents an unexpected challenge. We arrived with seed archives and DNA banks to ensure preservation of the biodiversity of the Milky Way, but this cluster is scarred by the Scourge and its unique flora and fauna are threatened by its turbulence. That too requires conservation. Activate. And geophysics beta build, patch notes, Chief Lucan, 2031 streamlined interface with OmniTool, turn voice recognition to recognize both aluminum, that's the American one, isn't it? And aluminium, I say aluminium. Haptic interface no longer defaults to transparent, haptic interface not found, customized SAM handshake protocol. Cool. Scan Andromeda wildlife. So I've accessed the terminal. Now we need to just scan the wildlife, travel the cluster and take scans of any unknown wildlife. And scan some minerals. Okay. And then find the missing scientists. I'm just going to do a quick save just to make sure. But we will continue on. Some exciting new quests.
Notice the hand of the
Militia office. Oh, hi, Liam.
You'd be surprised. There's also Purvine in the seed bank.
Distraught Turian.
You'd be surprised.
Hi, Liam.
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is, let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Cat are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
Let's not write them off. They may all be dead. I'm not that pessimistic. Let's not write them off. That would be Shepard.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just a lot.
We'll get it back to spec. I'm kind of freaked out. I won't say that just yet. It's a lot, but I'm not freaked out just yet.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Ready and willing.
Technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Hello, Mariette.
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, He's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What was the crime? Must have been bad. What was the crime?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would.
It sounds like
They say
Cassandra.
it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At
Maybe you
worst,
shot
it
him
was
by
an
accident instead of...
His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him.
I'll have a chat.
Please.
Of course.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
First murderer, speak with the prison guard.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw
Okay.
100%.
And where? Guess it's not here. Oh my god, there's so many levels. I didn't even realise. Pathfinder headquarters. Tram station. Okay, so we have been to most of them. Fair enough. I was like, what the hell? Let's read this data pad. Lieutenant, based on status report 16C, it seems we're no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile. The risks involved and continued loss of resources and lives makes it harder to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Kandros. It's good that it's got like extra data pads. Strike team missions. We'll have a look at that, but we'll speak to Kandros first.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder.
You were a civilian then,
Can't
before
argue
this.
with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows?
So are the arcs
We need
divided by
anything
race,
comfy,
or...?
even if it's just a vent.
I quite like you. Your role?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
The militia grew from there.
Something in common.
Funny. Once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
And the Ket?
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross
But they're
paths,
not
there's a fight
natives,
where
we
they take
said.
prisoners.
They're
Why?
explorers like us.
What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Yeah. Coming to Andromeda?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know.
Fair.
Then my sister became a sculptor, and cousin Nyreen went pirate on Omega.
Nyreen!
Everyone was proud that I stayed in service.
Oh my god.
But I
Your
kept
cousin.
wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy.
It's a nice little nod to the Omega DLC. Turian welfare?
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
And militia uses?
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Sure.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Well, thank you.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
I like Kandros. We'll read about Kandros actually, because he is in the Codex. Under Nexus, if I remember, yeah. In his screening interviews, Tyran Kandros states he is named after an ancestor who captured a dreadnought in the Krogan rebellions, and he was expected to live up to the name. After beginning boot camp at the traditional age of 15, Kandros rose through the ranks and was assigned to Sagiris 8, one of the hierarchy's counter-terrorism divisions. Persistent rumours on the Nexus claim that Kandros was sent to investigate the Andromeda Initiative when the hierarchy became suspicious about its activities. Kandros refuses to comment on former operations, citing family pressures are the reason he later joined the initiative. Is that true, though? During the early days of the Nexus arrival, Kandros left the station to act as protection detail for a prospecting team and was captured by the Kett. He managed to lead several other captives in an escape and return to the Nexus, eventually founding a volunteer militia to defend the station. Okay. So, strike team missions.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyran Kandros for authorization to participate.
Okay. I thought we'd already spoken to him, but we'll speak again.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
You're trusting them to me? Dispatch them for what? You're trusting them to me?
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Thank you. Inspect available strike team missions. Okay. Strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda Initiative. This is like the war table. If they succeed, they'll earn XP and Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they'll earn only a small amount of XP and no special reward. Apex is the most elite strike team in the cluster and handles critical missions. Select a mission and press space to send Apex. Your progress will be automatically saved before multiplayer is launched. Okay, I've not done multiplayer. You will then play the role of an Apex operative in a small squad. Play Apex missions in multiplayer either with a friend or through public matchmaking to earn strike team rewards for ride and additional bonuses. Well, I'm not going to be doing multiplayer, so... Does this still work? Read the description for each mission, the time limit to attempt the mission, the reward for successfully completing the mission, and any mission trails or properties. Okay. These missions are currently available for your strike team. Select a mission with space to send a strike team. Check back daily for new available missions. So can I, like I say, can I still difficulty do this if I'm not doing multiplayer? Warships have been wreaking havoc in the area. Ground those ships before they can do any more damage. Yeah, sure. Start mission. 74 chance of success. Okay, so we can do this without multiplayer. We've got reports of hazardous materials. One of our facilities, dispose of them safely so we can retake location. So I can't do this yet, I guess. Select and complete in multiplayer or to assign a strike team. No. I'm not doing multiplayer, so don't have anyone to play with. We've heard rumours of enemy forces moving weapons through the area. Hit the enemy base and find out where they're moving and where. Well, I can't do that, so... Okay, so I guess we've sent one team on this mission, so I can't do anything else. So it just expires upon completion. This is in progress. Time remaining. We'll see if Bravo make it. Right, okay. So we've done all that. I think that'll be on completed now. First strike. Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's done. I think we just need to speak with Tann now. We've done everything. I think we have... Oh no, we haven't. Speak with a prison guard. Initiative personnel Nilken has been convicted of murder, but it may be a mistake. Investigate all the details to discern the truth. I will do that before I go speak to the director. Don't know if I was meant to speak to the director first, but it feels better to do these missions first. Here we are. So these are the prisons, okay.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Not sure why I'm here. Wife says you're innocent. Wife says you're innocent. Are you? Not sure.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles.
This music.
Our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Arguments happen, and then he ended up dead.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
That's terrible, so it was unintentional. I said that, it could have been a misstrike.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
The evidence will decide. Don't give up. I'm going to be very hopeful.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Okay, so go back to Kandros. Will do. You are here. Let's have a chat about this.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Murder case.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Isn't that a reach? It did act as a spark, I can't deny that. Because people might have seen this as an opportunity to rebel since someone's now murdered, so I'm not going to say that. And he was found guilty?
So there was a trial and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
You didn't trust him? That matters, that does matter.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Well, okay.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
I'll have a look into it at least.
Tram technicians, please report.
Recording, here we go.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me!
Okay. So, don't know what to make of that. I might be guilty. Right, where's the other person? I need to speak to... this one. Speak to witness Shaw. Where is the witness? Right, up on the other deck.
Right then, Leah. Try firing off sets 23.
Excellent. I'll let Addison know. She'll be pleased.
It's you, okay.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Why was the Chief shocked?
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did Nilken regret it?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
He could have, like I say, shot the cat.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Do you agree with the Chief?
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In
But did
retrospect,
you?
It is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tann wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Tann could have done it. I don't like Tann. Okay, so I guess it's time to speak to Tann in general, both for this murder and for the main mission. All roads lead to Tann. Don't know what to make of Tann. If they're a villain or what. Didn't mean to do that. Is it on additional? Or is it on the main? Speak to Tann. Here we go.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
This is the planet where we landed.
Hi, Cora.
Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
You trust me now? About time. You trust me now?
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove
You
yourself.
have decided, alright.
To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
Eos.
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything Depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay.
Okay. But you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
All right.
And if I fail?
Not to Cora, to him.
Your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Just point the way. Don't play games with me. I don't like you.
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
I don't pretend to be anything.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the
I've been quite
document.
honest with I've just
Coordinates
inherited
for
it.
Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Oh, hello.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, I've reached level 3. Speak with Sam on the Hyperion. We've got a lot of codexes. We do need to speak with Tann still as well.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Okay, the Nexus needs a resource producing... Oh, I've read that. Speak with Sam on the Hyperion. We will do. Tann asks you to look for leads on the various missing arcs. Gonna toggle a murder case, because I'm still on that. And I still need to get to know Tann. And then completed missions. Okay. We're fine. Codex. Nexus. We have Tann here. Andromeda Initiative Director Jaron Tann is a replacement leader for those who died in the Scourge disaster. Personnel records indicate he was the Nexus's deputy director for the revenue management when the Ark departed the Milky Way in 2185. However, upon arrival in the Helios cluster, the disastrous encounter with the Scourge led to a substantial loss of life among the senior leadership. The line of succession eventually fell to Tann as the next in line for overall director, much to the apparent consternation of certain Nexus personnel. Born on Kesh, Tann's application to the initiative lists his previous work experience as senior consultant, advanced matrix-based accounting, with hobbies in model shipping, building, and travel someday. When queried if he had any prejudices that would affect his ability to serve the initiative, his answer was blank. However, careful data forensics reveals his original reply was, "Wait, you're letting Krogan come along? Racist." Today, Director Tann has official oversight of initiative operations and strategy and effective supervision of Pathfinder teams. I hope not for long, to be honest, because you're not very good. Yeah, I don't like you. We'll have a chat both about yourself and the murder case, but I'm not holding my breath.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
Are you sure about that?
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
You're using that as blackmail to find the arcs, to make me find them. I don't like this. What happened to them?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
The Nilken murder charge.
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't
Do I?
usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The body can reveal so much. Good or bad.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
And your role?
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Gridlock?
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
And why the doubt?
What's their problem with you?
You are racist.
I'm not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Revenue management?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated
But you haven't
by the
actually
idea of
explored
exploring
space.
Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Just don't like this. Missing arcs?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Additional arcs?
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species
Okay,
as
so
well.
they're not here yet.
Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
And the initiative?
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Initiative origins, there's a lot to talk about. I like it.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Gian Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Motivations for coming?
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them. The thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
And alien species on Nexus?
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arcs. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda.
That's the hope.
Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the
Okay,
mix.
racism.
As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Yeah, why do you dislike the Krogan?
Why don't you like the Krogan?
I love the Krogan.
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species.
But not
Long
all of
ago,
them.
They waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
Well, you're fueling this as well. Fueling this temper, so that's not good, is it? Anyway, Nexus troubles.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
And her death?
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, When the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
The disaster?
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw.
Sloane,
Kelly.
okay.
She used to be one of ours.
Heard the Sloane.
Who is this
Sloane, sorry.
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
Where are the Krogan? I asked this earlier.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Yeah. Wonder why. Rude.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
Forward stations?
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Well, good for me. Goodbye.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out.
You did give me a lot of facts, but
need each other. Our futures
still don't
depend
love
on
you.
Each other's success.
Okay, investigate the murder evidence. Speak to Tann. Where does one investigate this murder evidence? So is there like a map to go on here? I presume my operations will be in there. Speak with Sam on the Hyperion. Yeah, this is just like minerals while we're going out, so I kind of need to just head out.
Engineering report. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
So we need to go to EOS? Let's go in our journal. Let's toggle Sam.
Be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is
Okay, so it's down in the habitation deck. Speak with engineer in trouble. Speak with engineer Patil. Can do that as well. Right, I think we're gonna end this end this episode here. I think we'll speak to Patil and then speak to Sam to see basically what's happening and how we get out as well, because I think it's time to go out and explore. A lot of chatting in this episode, but I did very much enjoy it. I'm loving this game so far. It's already becoming one of my favourites, I have to say. I love chatting. I love just like side quests. I love just random shit you get to explore. So yeah, I will join you for the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.